So we put the big bore kit on here. I did the same thing with mine. I put the big bore kit on mine, made it to 80cc. So I had a little issue problem with mine when I first done it, which is mine sitting right there. Is I did the same thing I did the J's, what I did to mine. It's called, let's go over here because they already have the top off of it. Want to see, basically, yeah, the top. And what happened was, on the piston it says intake. So intake is down on the exhaust port instead of on the intake. So I'm gonna have to tear back into this. I'm gonna figure out which way the piston's pointing. If it's on the exhaust, it means I gotta take the piston off, turn it around, and put it on the intake. So let's get busy. Take this back apart again, the front half, and see which way the piston is pointing. If it's pointing on the exhaust, that means I have to go deeper into it and turn the piston around and put it on the intake. Yes, that's gonna be a lot of fun. I did the same crap to mine. It's been a while since I actually worked on these. So let's set y'all up in this and let's get busy on it. Let me turn you around. And hopefully we can get it fixed today. Let me fix my stand. I bought a whole new stand here for my phone. And get my fingers out of the way, maybe I can do something. No. Hang on a minute, I get you pointed downwards and you can see what I'm doing. There we go, that'll work right there. Alright, let's get into this motor and see what we did wrong. And try not to break any gaskets we put on, the new gaskets we have put on here. Because that's probably the issue problem it's having. Even the mechanics will make a mistake too sometimes. Ain't nobody a professional. Unless you know exactly what you're doing. There's a lot of people who make mistakes. Start here. Go ahead and take this piece off. And maybe we can get this thing up running today before dark. And it was dark the day we done it too in the process. Let's try to get it done before dark if we can. Let's start here and let's get rid of, take this off and put it back here out of the way. Keys out, everything's off. And let's go ahead and pull the spark plug out. Get that out of the way. And we'll go from there. Then we'll pull it up on dead top center, pull this cover off over here on this side. Then I have to bring y'all over here to show you the markings on the timing. I did the same shit to mine, basically. And it was dark too. So, go figure. Don't do stuff in the dark. You know what I mean? Wait and do it during the day. Take these two screws out over here on this cover piece. That's one screw. And then we'll take the second screw out. Then we'll get an 8mm and we'll take these bolts off. There's the other screw. And we'll take the small drive, take the 10 off, about 8mm. 8 and 10. It's the lucky number of this one. And we'll put these screws over here with this cover piece, which is, I'll show it to you in a minute. Now, your markings for your timing is on your flywheel. There's the other screw. Here's your cover piece. Put your screws in there where you won't lose them. Now, piston, the spark plug's out. Markings. I have to get a light. Let me see if I can see it. Alright. Dead top center right there. Alright, everything is on dead top center. We'll pull this piece off. Valve cover off. It's an 8mm. We'll pull it off. Before we pull that off, let's get an 8mm wrench. And go ahead and pull these screws out of here and get this top piece pulled off. And then get this cover piece out of the way. I'm hoping this won't take long at all. It's just a simple fix. I'm getting that with my finger, and we'll take the ratchet over here to this side and pull this one out. I wish there was a way to put y'all in here a little bit better. Alright, there's that one. And let's grab this other one. You know, I said, you know what? I said, you know, let's do a live stream of this. Why not? I'm getting nothing else to dang do. I went to this man's yard, dry up in his backyard. It's like a swamp over there. This right here is a bear to get off. There we go. That's off. All that's off. And I need a 10. Before I do that, let's pull this front cover. Go ahead and get this out of the way. I don't have a torque wrench. All your people out there said you need a torque wrench to torque the head and all that down. I don't have one. It'll be fine. Let's go ahead and pull this hose off. Let's put this somewhere out of my way. Over here in the corner. Same thing with this hose. We'll put it over here in this corner. And let's go ahead and get these bolts right here pulled out. This is better than actually sitting up there in my room playing games. I need like more activities, but that's all I got. Alright, all that's pulled out, that's off. Go ahead and pull this cover piece off. Set it over out of the way. Let's go ahead and get this muffler tip off. That'll be a 10, which is, it's over here. It's over there. Which is, I might not be able to bring you over here. I barely got room for me. So bear with me. Piece over there. Go ahead and loosen this bottom one up. So I go underneath and get those two bolts underneath. Excuse me for a minute. You know, this would be better if I could set it up on a ramp. I have ramps up there, but that's okay. That's okay. Since the gaskets done got heated and everything, I'm expecting it's going to rip. So, you know, we have a little issue problem there. I have a feeling it's on backwards, the piston, because all the smoke coming out of the exhaust. Oh, it'll run. It'll idle. But you won't get no speed or anything. You'll get a lot of smoke out of the exhaust. And you won't get no ribs. It'll just die, basically. Die on you. Same issue problem I had with mine. Same problem. Alrighty, now we take the 10mm. We'll find my socket here. Alright, here it is. And go ahead and let me have that. Let's have that 8mm right here. Bottom cover piece off. Get it out of the way. And we'll dig in here to the other one right here off to the side, which is an 8mm. Well, I should have known to look at the piston before I put it in, but I didn't. I just kept thinking about that like a couple minutes ago. Yeah, see, that's torque spec. Torque spec. Something been smelling like dead or something around here the last few couple of days. I don't know what that smell is. It really rates. I should have thought about this before I've done anything. And you have a timing chain tensioner. I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not, but it's over here in this corner. I'm pointing at it right over here, and we'll get to that here in a minute. Right now I'm going to pull this piece off, the lifters. Let's pull the lifters off. Set them just like that. The way you took them off, that's the way you want to set them before they go back on the same direction. Now when we'll go over here to the timing chain tensioner. Good, guess it's free. Guess we have to get in there. Most likely, we will. Timing chain tensioner. And we'll go ahead and pull this whole thing out. And get it out of the way. Good, gasket didn't break. Good. It's all in one piece. I just get the crystalline on there, raise it. Alright, all that's in one piece. Let's pull the jug off after we get the chain off again. You see those 3 holes? The bigger hole right here has to be at the top, dead center at the top. And let's pull this first jug off. After you get the spacers out, pull these little spacers out of here. Spacer, spacer. And the way this piston's looking, it does not have a freaking marking on it. So, yeah, it does. It's right there. So this piston's got to be turned. It's in wrong. We'll wipe all that off. Yeah, this piston's in wrong. It's going to be turned around. I can tell the way it looks. It needs to be turned around. It's not in right. Hang on, let me get a rag and wipe that off. I'm taking out it's in wrong. The way all that oil's coming out there like that. Thicker. Let's wipe this off. Yep, right there it is. It says intake right there. And it's on an exhaust. That marking where it says intake, that means it's supposed to be on intake, not exhaust. That's why you having all this oil to come out here like it is. See all this oil? You ain't supposed to have all that oil come out of there. That's supposed to be on your intake, not your exhaust. Like I said, it was dark. And I was putting this together, and that's why I'm back in it. Like I always say, wait turn a day to work on your projects where you know what you're doing, unless you got a shop with a bunch of light in it. Yeah, then work on it. Don't work in the carport when you ain't got no light in the carport and you can't see what you're doing. Just like wait till daylight and then work on it. And let's wipe all this oil out of here, as much as we can, that's on here, and we'll take this out. Don't wipe the excess oil off out of your jug or your piston. Leave it in there. You just wipe it off on the outside. So it ain't too bad, so that's good. Let's go ahead and pull this gasket off of here. Gently, I mean real gently, because you can tear it or bend it or mess it up. You don't want to do that. So yeah, all that oil there is where it's coming out of the exhaust, and which is, it ain't supposed to come out of your exhaust. It's supposed to come. None of that ain't supposed to come out of your exhaust. In other words, gas and oil is mixing. It's making it smoke and everything else. Let's wipe clean all this up. And you have two more spacers. Spacer here and a spacer here. Then you got your guide pins on your timing chain. You can take one of your guide pins off. Okay, one of your guide pins. That's the bottom guide pin. And you want to kind of gently pull your jug off. And I'm having a little issue problem here, so give me a minute. I don't want to rip this, so let me get something to pull the gasket off of the jug, and then we'll pull it off. So give me a minute. It's not up here. Crap. Well, let me go upstairs and get a knife, and I'll be right back. What is people's problems? Alright. Couldn't go through the kitchen door because it was locked. So now we are here. I'm back. We got a knife. Gently pull the gasket off of this. I mean real gently. Because you don't want to break nothing or rip anything. It's already sealed on there. And I don't want to rip it. I think the best bet is just to pull it off the head, hit the motor here itself. I think that's the best bet. That's about the best we're going to get right there. Do it that way. I do not want to rip it. Right. Now I'm going to go over to that side. Alright, I have to go over there and pull it off of that side of there. They hit the block. Alright, give me a minute, I gotta come over with y'all. Get in here with y'all here. My peeps. Gently. Kidding me? Did it rip? I bet it ripped. No, almost. We saved it. Nice. We are saving it. Yes, we can. Look down here, see what's pulled off. And, it should be. We can get up in here. And, what's going on here? Alright. Okay. Let's grab this chain. I don't need that to be ripping. Alright. Pull this jug off. Ain't too bad. Just that one little spot right there. Jug there. Let's grab a pair of needle nose and we'll pull that off and switch that piston around. It didn't damage anything, so that's good. Let's pull this little keeper pin out right here. This little keeper pin, pull it out. Then I'm going to stick my finger in here and see if we can pull this piece out. Screwdriver. More. Don't make me pull that keeper out over on that side. I guess I'll have to go over and pull that keeper out that side too. Come on. grab it. There's the other one right there. Right there's the other one. Pull the centerpiece out. Come up the other side. There we go. Just enough. As we pull that piston off. Let me show you the markings I was talking about. Right here it says intake. IN for intake. It's going to go in just like that. I should have known that when I seen the Z and the G in there, and I should have went up. But that's okay. We're back in here. We're fixing it. We're going to make it right. Hang on. Let's go back to the other side and we'll see what I'm doing. Because I'm right-handed anyway. So make sure we got that on intake. Yes, we do. Alright, we're in. Let's put our keep pins back. Our little keepers back in. Yeah. Put our little keepers back in here. That's one. Now let's go to the other side and put the other keeper back in. Okay. Alright, let's put the other keeper back in right here on this side. Alright, I heard it snap. Just make sure it's in there because they will come out. And it'll mess up your whole engine. Let's clean all this oil off of here. Wherever reseal again. Gasket ripped a little bit, but I'm going to have to put some kind of sealant on that one spot. Just a little bit, not too much. It doesn't call for sealant, but I think we might have this thing up running today. No, the keeper did not go in. Came out. So let's go back over and put it right back in. I'm glad I looked because I'm about ready to put this thing back together. Yep, it came out. Alright, hang on. Might be getting in y'all's view a little bit, so give me a minute. Because it came back out. I gotta put it in. That's one thing you gotta look for. Like I said, you gotta make sure these things are in there. If they're not in there, that whole rod in there, what holds your piston on that rod, will come out and it will mess your jug up. Gotta make sure they're in there. And it is in there. And I will double check it again. That trash blowing in there. Yeah, see, you gotta make sure you get that trash out of there. It's in there. Alright. Let's go back over here. After I fix all, since this is fixed now, it should work the way it's supposed to work now. Just finish cleaning this off. Make sure it's real nice and clean before you put it back together, because you don't want no trash. And you do have keepers, you know, spacers right here. You got one spacer and you got another spacer right here on the bottom. Make sure they're pushed in before you put your jug back on. Clean this really good. I don't think you can see what I'm doing, but that's, like I said, that's the only spot I have really to put y'all. Ain't nowhere else I can put you. Make sure all that trash is cleaned off up there. Alright. Let's see if I get bring you some of those right in there. That'll work. Yeah, I'm still gonna put some oil. Oh, there's plenty of oil in there, okay. Might put a little bit more. I don't feel no scarring in the jug, so that's good. Since we have oil now, we can put it on there. Then we'll put the jug back on. Put a little bit in here inside the jug too. There's still a lot in this jug. No? Well, I hope God it doesn't leak. No. Only comes with one. Take my needle nose and we'll grab this timing chain in here somehow. This ain't gonna work. It's too big, so we use a Phillips head screwdriver. When that time comes, we'll get there. Let's go ahead and slide this off. Now, let's grab the timing chain. See if we can feed it through there. There we go. Take your Phillips or flathead, either one. I'm going to run that right through there to hold that. Alright. Now we're down to the piston. Putting it on the jug. Once it's done, that don't slide up, and it did. Ah, dang it. Go back over here again. Put this back in. I hate this part. This is the only part I really hate doing. This is the timing chain. So I'm going to have to hold this and put the piston in the jug at the same time. Make sure it's still on that top center. Yep, that's that top center right there. Down in there. Nice and tight. Yep, that's that top center. Now, put your guide back in for your chain, and it goes in the bottom one. Slides it right into the bottom. Then your gasket goes back on, just like this. Like that. Now, your jug or your head goes back on. Wipe all that oil off of there. Alright. Jug goes back on. The people are just now joining the live stream, so we had to take this back apart. I took and built it when it was dark, and the piston was in wrong. The intake was on the exhaust instead of on the intake, so that's why I'm having to take it back apart and fix it. Just to catch you up on the speed. Well, we're going to take this off. We're one step ahead of myself here. Give me 1 second. We want to put a spacer here. A spacer here. Alright. One diagonal across from the other. put that on. Run that chain through there. Just grab it with our screwdriver. It's like one step ahead of myself, basically. Make sure that we got points where I want you to see. Slide it on. Nice, good, tight fit right there. Now, let's go ahead and put our cam back in. It's going to be on dead top center, which is, that's your hose. The big hose is supposed to be in the center of the top of your lifters. Make sure that chain guide's there and that chain guide's there. So it's good, that's good, they're both there. And let's see if this is dead top center on my lifters. And which is, it is. First try, how about that? I might have to re-gap these again, because they're probably going to be not set right. Then again, they could be. I'm going to leave them the way they're gapped for now, and we'll go from there. And we got the chain, timing chain tensioner needs to go in. Yeah. Dead center, right there in the dead center. First try, how about that? So let's go ahead and put our bolts and stuff in here. Let's get this torqued down to my torquing, my liking. And get this thing put back together and see how it runs. Let's get 2 washers on it. I want 2 washers on that one. I want 1 washer. And don't forget about your long screws over here on the side. One there and one at the bottom. Oh, wait a minute. Pull this back off. I forgot about those spacers need to be put in there. Hang on. 1 second. Them suckers was hidden on me. Man, these spacers, I swear. I just want to get it back together and just try it and see what's up, and see what's running the way it's supposed to be, which is it's going to. Too much in a hurry.
Here, Ted.
I done got it back together. I'm not pulling it back and forth.
Yeah. I might have called for it. Coming up now. I gotta get
it. One space right here. One space right here. Yep. Alright. Let's put this back on. Nothing has changed. Everything's the same. Have to do a power adjustment. We will, but I don't think we will. Everything's know till that feels about right. Let's go ahead and put our head bolts in over here on the side. Alright, those are in. Let's tighten them up. These are 8mm. That's why I always say, do your stuff during the day, not at night. Let's see if I can pull y'all down just a little bit. You see what I'm doing? There you go. How about that? Did that work? I hope so. Half battery on my phone, but it'd be okay. We're not going to torque these down just quite yet because we got to get these right here torqued down first. Once we get these torqued, then we'll torque the other. Don't put too much pressure because you'll crack it. Right when you start to see the gasket start squeezing, you know you're there. That's it on that one. That's it on that one. That's it on that one. And that's it on that one. You can feel it where to stop because you'll have that little release point. That's it. No more than that. That's it, no more. That is torch. Alright. Let's put this bottom cover back in. And let's put this top. No, we can't put the top cover on yet, so hang on there, buddy. Let's put in timing chain tensioner. Release pin right here on the side. Push it in, you're done. And that goes over here in this back corner. And it's spring loaded tensioner. It'll click, 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 then it's tightened. Let's go ahead and tighten these down. They're 8mm. It, no more than that. That's it, no more than that. Get your tensioner, your screw, and your little gasket. with your O-ring basically. A little O-ring here. That shouldn't even be like that. So he's been in this motor more than once because he's done something wrong. First person that's done it. Just put this in. You hear it click. If you can't hear it, it's probably because of the wind. Alright, that's a 10mm. Tighten that down. Alright. Tight as you want to go with that. No more tighter than that. Put your front cover back on. After you fix your plastic piece, it always likes to get in your way. Alright. Pull it off of that a little bit. We can get this piece right here back on. Let's get this back on. Screws in it. It's 4 screws, 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Let's put the last 2 in. Go ahead and put this on. And that's an 8mm. And this thing should run and rev up with no problem after I'm done. Sorry, my bad. It was dark. Can't work in dark. Put the top cover on. If we can get it in there, pain in the butt to get it out, pain in the butt to go back in. Maybe if I take it in like this, go back up, about that. That kind of works. Get it over that little hump. Nicely. Where it's supposed to fit. And we'll go ahead and put these screws in. can. My big old hands. And we'll put the exhaust back on. Spark plug back in. Go ahead and put the carburetor back on. And see if it'll crank up. Get the screw, go back in there. Alright, you freaking screw, go in. Right there. Well, what time is it? 4:41, and I started between like 3 something. Yeah, it didn't take long, about an hour. It'll take longer if the screw don't go in. Are you kidding me? The screw should go right in there with no problem. It's the same screw that came out of there. And the darn thing won't go in. Let's see if we can get this one in. Yeah, the screw went in. That hose right back down there. See? They're the right screws, but it just won't go in this side for some reason. You're gonna keep it up, I'll put you over on that side and you'll hold the whole thing on. How about that? Oh, that's the screw. Got lost somewhere. That's the one I couldn't find. Fell out. You didn't give me this problem before, so why are you giving it to me now? There, now it's in there. Yep, still on dead top center. They said it has to be on the line on the dead top center, which is no. It has to be on the letter T to be on the dead top center. So most videos I have looked, they say make sure it's on that line for dead top center. No, don't do that. Put it on the T over on your flywheel on dead top center. You go put it on the line, okay, that means you're off. You're redoing all this adjustment on this head again and resetting your cam. Make sure it's on the T when you put it on dead top center. Only thing I got left to do is put the carburetor on, put the exhaust back on, and crank it. And the spark plug. We'll go ahead and put the spark plug in. It should run with the new spark plug. It should now. But I'm not putting it in because it's not gapped right. It's gapped wrong. So I'm going to put this plug in because it came with a whole new plug and everything, coil, modulator, and all that. But I'm only putting this plug in there because the other plug ain't no good. I'll show it to you in a minute once I get this in. Oh, alright, about right there should be good enough. It should be tight enough. Make sure you hook your EG valve back up, all that. It's modulator basically. Your spark plug back. I hate these damn new upgraded plugs crap because it's hard to plug them in. You never can tell how you get them plugged in or not. And it's not plugged in, I'll tell you that. Alright, let's plug it in right. Alright, there we go, right there. That's plugged in. You hear that click, 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 click? It's plugged in. That's how you know it's plugged in right. We'll go ahead and put our carburetor back on. Let's scoot y'all up for that for a little bit. There you go, right there. Let's put our carburetor back on. Let's put our screws back on there. And that's a 10mm. Which is right here. And the only thing we got left to do is make sure that hose is down here, because last time it was up here and it was pinching it, and it wasn't getting good gas to the carburetor. That's your vacuum for your fuel pump. Now, the only thing I got left to do now is put the muffler on and put this side cover on and crank it. That's the only two steps I got left to do. And then crank it. Here's the muffler. Goes on underneath. That's a 10mm, which is right here. And screws are right here. And let's get down here and put these screws in. one screw for right now. So I'm gonna go underneath. I'm gonna go underneath down there and put the exhaust on. Ain't no sense of bringing y'all down there because you'll just be so close up in your face. You won't be able to see nothing. So give me a minute. So you tell me I gotta take that screw back out I just put in. Alright, give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'm getting there. Get in there. Screws out. Alright, that's on. That's in. Bottom screws in. Let's go ahead and put these two nuts on. About done. Just about done. Go ahead and put this other nut on. Alright, let's tighten these up, then we'll tighten these up over here, then we'll check everything, and then we'll crank it. And it should just crank right up and idle. And it should run fine. Will work. It's tight enough. Don't want to over tighten it, don't want to strip it. Alright, let's tighten up these last two here. Hope I don't have to do a bow adjustment, which is, I don't think I will. We'll leave this side cover off for right now. Alright. Let's get the key, back y'all up a little bit, and we'll crank it. And it should run fine. Should just start up with no problem, too. First crank, what do you think? First crank or bow adjustment? We'll see. Let it warm up a little bit. Get all that oil out of the muffler. Still doing the same thing. Let it run for a minute. Probably have to do a valve adjustment again, because I hear the lifters. It will run. Everything is set. Everything's right. Let it get all that oil out of that wherever it's in. Let all that oil burn out. Then we'll go from there and let it heat up. Alright guys, I'm going to end this live stream here. My phone's about to die. If you like this live stream, you can give it a thumbs up. You know, don't be afraid to subscribe to the channel. Just subscribe to it. Like I always say, catch me to the next video. Catch me on the next one.